Hey guys, welcome to another infocast and just the mic there. Glad to have you guys back again, and I will describe what we've been up to on the YouTube channel and what the plans going forward are. Um, as you can see, I'll be talking about games that are on Steam that are mostly indie, if you want to call them. I'm going to do a few episodes on some Socom successors and talk about a few of them. I might have some guests in the future if we can work out the deals together. We'll talk about it. But today's episode is about H-Hour Worlds Elite. So normally I'd go through the YouTube channel in the beginning, then talk about the what the topic is. But today I'm gonna dive into the topic, then talk about the YouTube channel afterwards, and even the Discord that I haven't mentioned in the past. Okay. First big news: removal of H-Hour from the Steam store. I was helping promote this game as much as I can to new players because a lot of people are always looking for that new SOCOM experience. And even though it wasn't a new experience, it was the closest experience from the actual developers from the past. So, as you know, a SOCOM 2 developer got together with the team, created a team, and they developed H-Hour Worlds Elite. Now, in 2015, it didn't play as good, but it got a massive amount of funding. And where we are in the future now, it's unfortunate that it's getting removed off of Steam because the last I heard, and this is just a rumor because I talked to the community while playing the game, and one of the things they said when they talked to the developer is that they tried to make a deal with Sony, but Sony wanted somewhere around 1 million or something to post it on the store. I don't know if that's real. It doesn't sound like it would be real because plenty of indie games go on to the PlayStation Store. Maybe he meant the cost of putting it on a console would have cost $1 million, and by that time the community had taken over and helped bring H-Hour to the state it is today, where it's much more playable, it's much better. As you can see here, the Wika page still says to be announced, and even some of the things currently developed where we know there is no more developer at SOF Studios. There's just a Discord, and let me get that open in case some of you have bought the game already and want to get back together with any of the old crew members. It is H-Hour right here, and of course, if you want to invite, just hit me up on the comment sections. I'll send you an invite. And yeah, it looks like they got some crazy things going on here. But anyways, there's a server alert, so you always know when people are playing. What I'm really sad about is, okay, so the reason for the removal, as you can tell, the studio abandoned the game a while ago, and they were selling servers for the community to host them. And a good buddy of mine on here, Self-Inflicted, who is also working on a game. It's already out for free, but that'll be on another episode. I'll talk about that, and I really need to jump back into that one day. Hoping I catch the next test session. But anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, SOF. So one of the reasons it's abandoned is, look at this. They didn't even renew the IP, and someone bought it, and I don't even know what this is. And you actually see this in game on a little box right before you pick the server you want to play in. So I think Valve knew about that, and they're like, "Oh, this has to go," and probably reached out to whoever still owns the rights to this game and had it on the store. And here's his message, he's removing it, which is upsetting, and he's not releasing the code. So, I mean, two things could have easily happened here. You could have bought a different IP, changed. I don't know actually if he can code the game anymore. He's the owner. Maybe he doesn't know how to code it. All the developers are gone. But you could have released the game to the community. Somehow they would have figured out, released the code you own, you have, and or make it free for other people to come and play and enjoy it. Because it sucks right now, because whoever bought this game is locked to only the people who also bought this game. There's going to be no one new here to be able to purchase the game. As you see here, it says there's a notice. The game's no longer available on Steam. I don't know if anyone's created any like crack where you can install an exe file to launch it, and maybe they can download the files and then spread it to give it to others to play for free. I don't even know if that's legal to do, but that's the only way to play is the friends that I already have that have the game. And I do see there are sessions still up. I played today, which was I still had a good time. So to talk about the game is definitely the closest to that Socom experience, again, from a developer who has made the game before. Out of all the other successors, as you can see some on the list, like Peak 53, and there's not Transop. He's not doing a successor. There's Insurgency Socom, but that is for another video. But out of all of them, this is actually from a developer that worked on Socom, so it has more of that feel. A lot of people don't like the TTK, time to kill, some random headshots, so I understand their negative criticism. Others who have funded the game, like, for example, one of my cousins, he funded the game, he put $1,000 into it, and they basically made this budget but didn't continue it. Like, I don't know, if it cost $1 million, I understand, but they never did anything else with it. They saw the population go down and they gave up. At the same time, like, instead of hyping the game, marketing, at the same time the fans gave up, but slowly it gets revived every now and then. But now it seems like it's going to have a harder chance because people that own it already are only going to play with other people that also own it, which is, again, unfortunate. But yeah, there's not much else to say on it. They never upgraded the engine Unreal Engine 5, and it officially released in 2020. So, like, you go to the store page. This is May 2015. That was early access, yep. But again, it released again in 2020, where it was like, okay, we're officially out. Oh, there's the date right there. And that's when it was polished. But they did nothing else with the game after that. They said it was coming to PlayStation 4. It never did. Would it have been more popular? Absolutely. If this hit consoles and it was marketed, hey, this is a spiritual successor to the Socom games, easily would have picked up 1 million players. I mean, you look at Socom Confrontation, which is also going to be another episode, because they brought that back to life. You look at Confrontation, people are still trying to play it. People are still in there. I don't know if it went down. Oh, and here's his name, David Series. So yeah, anyways, the population for Confrontation went down. So a lot of these games on PC, they don't make it. They'll get a max like 100 players day one, maybe even 1,000. But then by the time you're like 3 months in, you only have one full room, one full lobby of players, which is unfortunate because the gameplay's fun. It's addicting. It's tactical. It's everything that a third-person Counter-Strike type of game should be like. It's just, I think what these developers need to do is create something that has its matchmaking set properly. And a successful game is Caliber, I think, but I don't think it's less of a Socom successor, in my opinion. But anyways, here's David Series. He was the guy that worked on Socom 2, and it looks like I remember hearing he was working on something else, but there's nothing about it on his Twitter. So if he is working on something else, I'd follow him here. I would like to reach out to him and see if he is on another project. Someone told me from the community that he is working on something. And he's not to blame, by the way. When he was working on this game, he set the developers up. He saw they're in good condition, and he helped oversee what the game was. And yeah, he left. He moved on. I mean, that's the thing to do when you go on to another job. You know, you want to create a bigger resume. But he left it in good hands, and the game did advance. But ultimately, the owner, I don't know why, but he decided not to continue with it, which also is reasonable. But release the game, make it free, let people download it, let more players get a hold of it. Somehow get it back on Steam. That's what I would say. Like, you still have a community that cares about this game, and it shows in the Discord. Shows right here, you know, the population's right here. They're still interested. And this leads into the YouTube channel. So here we are with District Gamers, DG. And we're trying to get some Among Us nights going again. I'm hoping to get them going again because those were really fun. And we're just trying to grow the community in here, chat, game, watch sports together. UFC mostly. We do boxing. I would like to get some football going, but who knows. And yeah, everyone's welcome. Join the Discord. Help us grow. Be really nice to see you guys on there. And then here's the YouTube channel. So as you noticed, we've been posting some games, some mobile games, all the new titles that released. And 2024 is a massive year for video games. A lot of new titles. By the way, this in a week this will look different. This is being recorded a week prior to this video being released. So I always come back to games as a service like WoW and try to finish dungeons I didn't wrap up. As you see here, I always show off the nice new looking mounts in actual gameplay. And Super Mario here was one of the last games I finished. I'm playing a little Sonic here. I saw there's like 45 views. I'm like, why not? Let me continue, see how it does, how it performs. And again, I don't talk. It's strictly the game content, archiving. Destiny, I always show off the store per week. I really appreciate some of the viewership here. I want to try to get into some mobile gaming, easier on the flow. Just record some of the new stuff, like this absolutely trash so-called Silent Hill game. Absolutely abysmal. I would never give them their IP ever again. I would never give them the Silent Hill IP if I was Konami. Alan Wake too. So see, there's a genre for everyone this year. We got the horror genre, we got the platforming genre, games as a service. A lot of new stuff came out. Here's the retro gaming section. So this is games being played, old school games, again archived. It's not like the live retro plays where we'll talk about old school games. I'm hoping to bring that back. Maybe a few episodes. You'll see Infocast, of course, again. I really wanted it to be like a weekly thing, but it's really hard with scheduling, so it's whenever I can record these, I will record these. So what happened here with Assassin's Creed, I played Mirage, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really good game. Takes you back to how Part 1 and Part 2 played, or even further on. Like most of the old school Assassin's Creed games, it was story-focused. That was a good thing, because coming off of Valhalla, I played Mirage. Valhalla did not... It wasn't an Assassin's Creed game. Like, it was an RPG, open world. It could have been an MMO, for crying out loud. But it wasn't focused on the whole assassin story, the Templars War, the Out of Animus story that they keep cliffhangering, which is annoying. Anyways, after I played Mirage, I read online that they continued Valhalla's story, and I didn't get a chance to to play through it. So I went back and finished the DLCs that I had to finish from first DLC to last DLC, and I didn't start recording till after the Siege of Paris because they weren't interesting what I was playing until the Ragnarok one, and I recorded a few here. And again, I appreciate the viewership on these. The roguelike game. Wow. Like, there can be an Assassin's Creed Souls-like roguelike game just like this, and it would be absolutely amazing. I think they were experimenting with it, and that's the push for all these new Assassin's Creed titles coming out. I think they're gonna have like Assassin's Creed, which is rumored as Hex. I think Hex is gonna be like their roguelike Souls-like type of game, more so roguelike. But the boss fights do feel like Souls games. They were challenging and unexpected. Comparing this to Souls games, it was a piece of cake. I was worried at first, and there was a lot of cheap tactics, but I fought the game back with my own cheap tactics. Like, I'd climb up a ladder right here and literally just kept pushing all the enemies off and easily passed through some of the levels. This dragon boss really pissed me off because I killed him. I thought I killed him. I'm like, where am I going? Where am I going? All these guys come and resurrect him, and then you have to fight him again, and I literally had like no health. The last boss too, like, they didn't even give you health to what they had you play, but luckily I'm experiencing these type of games, and it seems like they want you to keep playing it to get all those trophies. But yeah, that's what happened with Assassin's Creed. Peak 53, this is one I'm gonna have an episode on. I only got to play one game during its early access launch, and I've played it in the past. It does feel a lot better than the past. Like, the hit detection's there. I can see the bullets on the walls. I just need to get on when the community gets on. Again, a lot of these Socom games are like, people, you see the same people over and over again, and hardly any new people. It's just, I think that's why Sony won't resurrect it, because they realize that it may be a dying genre, but I believe on consoles it can prevail. Before that, Cyberpunk, and before that, Lies of P, which was another Souls type of game I really enjoyed. So basically, we've been posting all the newer stuff. I would like to get back and finish. There's 2 raids I didn't finish in Destiny 2 yet. And one of them is one of my favorite, Crota's End. So I really want to do that one. And before that, it was one of the new ones with Lightfall, and they already have a new expansion now. Destiny did piss me off too. It wore me out. Like, trying to play Destiny and trying to play other games at the same time is just, it's not possible. So I don't think I'll be getting Final Shape. I'm not exactly sure. Like, if I see these views keep going up like this, which to you viewers it might be low, but the main content is WoW on this channel, and Destiny seems to be popping off. But I like that YouTube has recognized this channel and has been featuring my videos on the homepage. So I really appreciate that. But I don't know if I'll continue and go on to Final Shape, because the way Bungie's running their business model is just terrible. Like, if a new player tried to play Destiny, they'd have to purchase so much DLC. It's crazy. I really don't want to purchase any more Destiny DLC. It's just getting too overboard. And it's Lightfall, there was rumors they cut off Final Shape content from there. It was supposed to be Final Shape content in there, and split it off to a second expansion. Good news about it is they're doing episodes for their DLC, which is a lot better than seasons. I gave up on their seasons. I stopped getting the 100 tiers because it just got boring. It got repetitive. It felt like I was doing chores. So anyways, yeah, that's the channel, and look forward to seeing more. I'll make episodes as soon as something is interesting. I'll be tackling all the Socom successors going forward. Unfortunately, H-Hour, something that I wanted to compare, I wanted to say is one of my favorite ones, is no longer available on Steam, so there's the end of that. So I'm hoping to get some people on here. We're going to talk about a game I don't even want to mention because that guy's a piece of shit. And he caused the game banned, and Steam still has him running around on the marketplace, scamming people. But yeah, that's for another episode. Anyways, thanks for joining, and I will see you guys next time.